Welcome to another episode of LEGO Worlds. In today's episode, we are going to do some more Jungle Explorer. That's the theme I'm choosing for the next week or so, until we get all the showcases shown and everyone gets to see everything that comes in the showcases. There will be another challenge next month. CT Games has put this statement out,
and here you are,
saying that the challenge for space is pretty much done, and it's coming to an end. Next month there's going to be a new challenge.
Welcome.
So I'm wondering what the theme is going to be for that challenge. And we will be trying to do the next challenge. And it will give us something to do and play with. There's two DLCs that are still coming out, which is Survival Mode, which is free. And then there's the Monster DLC, which is going to be $3.99. We're still waiting on the last two showcases for Jungle Explorer, which one of them will be out this week, and the other one will be out next week. And that's pretty much it for content news, even though I'm pretty sure there's more content in the works, because there's some things that are hinting towards Ninjago content, which I'm very excited about. They're not saying when Ninjago is coming out. We already got 2 pieces of Ninjago content, plus the dojo doors in sandbox mode. It's not out yet in adventure mode, so I'm very excited about that. So basically what I'm going to do is work on my Jungle Explorer in sandbox mode. I changed a few things up in my one build, and I decided to make another campground and try something a little different. Which I still have to work on. And it's fun doing these builds. I like doing theme builds because theme builds are much better to build with than just picking out ordinary builds like I was doing before. Unless you guys like my ordinary builds better than my theme builds. That's up to you guys. So here I'm back. Of course, my character is back to being a spaceman, because it's still buggy. But I will keep putting it back to the Dino Tracker for this one, till I get one of the new characters. So I was looking in here, I wanted to put something more in here. And I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to put exactly. I mean, there's a couple of ideas I had. So I was trying to decide, do I want to use the Explorer crates? Do I want to use the Explorer shells? Well, I looked at the Explorer shells, and it didn't feel right. I mean, yeah, it had some nice trinkets on it that would fit in with the scenery, but they don't have shells in the temple type scenario. So then I thought, maybe I can use the double stacked Explorer crates. Like, we already been here, we already started looting the place. And it has these nice little jewels in the crates. So I decided, yeah, let's go with that. And I thought that was pretty neat. I would have liked it if we could have some, like, jewels or props that are treasure related. Like, if we still had the next night's treasure chest, I would have used the next night's treasure chest, but they took that completely out of the game. So now I'm choosing the gold color paint, and I didn't like the way the pillars were. To me, it was too matching, and I just want it to stand out. And it was driving me a little bit crazy that it's not standing out. So I decided I'm going to paint them gold. Just to see if it makes it stand out a little bit better. It might not stand out better. I mean, with a build like this, it's very hard to tell. So I figure I'll go with gold, see how that looks, and see if I like that better than the way I had it. And I think it looks a little bit better, but it's still not standing out the way I want it to. Or I haven't figured out how I want to build it yet, that's the thing. But at least it gives me something to play around with and think about. So in the meantime, I'm going to go over to my bridge, which I added jungle vines to my bridge. So now I want more play area. I don't know why they don't give us like a flat land to work with, but it's fine. I can make my own flat land. And the thing about flattening and changing things is kind of neat in this process. I mean, if I want to, I can make it a moon color, I can make it any biome color I want, apparently. So right now I'm just flattening the land. And then we're going to clear it off and paint it. Now, with my original build that I did in the past, I did flat land, put a base plate down. I put the base plate down and built on top of the base plate. And I did that for quite a few builds. So I wanted to change it up a bit and pretend I don't have a faceplate to tell me where to go. Or where to position things where I wanted it to go. That makes it a little bit more challenging. Not using a flat plate for a base. So once I got it flat, we're going to get rid of the seaweed. And I'm trying to decide what to keep, what to get rid of. Because some of the stuff we can leave there, some of the stuff I want to take away. Or I can always add back. So this is pretty much our canvas. And you can do whatever you want on your canvas, which is nice. I mean, I don't even have to make it jungle colors. I could make it any biome I want, which is insane. I mean, I could do the candy biome mixed with jungle. And it's interesting part is I'm using flat terrain first. And I'm still testing things out because you got some tools here that are really, really neat, and I'd like to use them more often. Like, the paint tool, I very rarely use. But because it's got the biome texture, we're going to paint it the jungle color. And by doing that, you make it look like it's somewhere belong. But the thing is, because it's flat, it still don't look right. And that's where the other tools come in. But I wanted to test something out, and I tested it out with this build I did today. And my thing was, can I move the land with the props already on it? Well, I got my answer when I started trying that. So basically, what I learned is, no, you can't move the land while props are on it. You can take the land away, like flatten it, and props will pop up. Props will plop down sometimes. But when you go to change the land itself with props on it, the props get buried. Which I'm a little shocked, saying that the flattening tool doesn't do that as much as the other So now I gotta take this into consideration while I'm building, is how I want to make the terrain look. And how I'm going to use the terrain tools to my advantage in my creations. So it's not to play with. I mean, I'm slowly still learning the mechanics. Even though the game's been out for a long time, I didn't use those tools in the beginning. And I want to use them now and see what I can do with them. See what my options, I guess, are. So I will try and learn most of the tools as I go along. I mean, who would have realized I was going to use the paint tool? I mean, normally I don't use it, but I decided for this theme to work for Jungle Explorer, I have to do everything in a jungle. So, painting it is. I also have a different idea that I might work on tonight or tomorrow. And see how this idea works out. Because I tested most of my ideas elsewhere, but I want to mix and match ideas in other areas. And see what I can come up with. I didn't do much of a building this time around. More of just a little objecting. Meaning putting objects in certain areas, and I wanted to make a little base camp of my own. So, but basically, you can play it, I guess, a couple of ways. You can use the pre-brick builds that they give you. You can build your own. Or you can use objects in a certain way to build your scenery. Usually objects are used for decorating, and some of the objects can also be used for scenery builds and stuff like that. So I figured I'd do something a little bit different and do a scenery build rather than do a brick build this time. See how the scenery build goes. Well, I'm thinking about what other brick builds I could possibly do. So yeah, this painting does take a lot of time do, and I know you guys probably don't want to sit watching this all the time, so maybe in the next video, if I do this stuff, I'll cut this stuff out. But I figured I will show the process of how it works. How time consuming it is. So here I'm going to go to objects and pick some objects out. And I'm just going to pick out some of the objects we've gotten from the Explorer portion and from in-game content. Which these tents actually come in handy for something like this, and I think this is pretty neat. Rather than try and build my own tent, which there's a theory, I could probably try and build my own tent. I don't know how it would look. I know it ain't gonna look as good as some of the other ones that I've seen. So now I'm going to set up like a little research area. I thought I could probably connect these tables together, but they won't let you. I guess you gotta have like spaces in between. So I was just looking at some of the new objects we got. And I like the objects we got because they fit the theme nicely. And you can pretty much just put them wherever you want. So I figured I'm going to make myself a little base camp. And then after that try and raise the terrain, which didn't work out so well. I learned my lesson there. But this is a simple thing to do. No building really involved in it. Just placement. And you can just build yourself a little base camp with the stuff you already have. So I figured that these things have shovels, so I put them in like the middle of the camp. That way they got tools. Each tent's going to have its own little cooker with chicken on it apparently. So yeah, that was delicious. And this is our base camp. And I think it turned out to be fine, from what I can tell. Now, when I went to raise and lower terrain, I wanted to, you know, raise the terrain. But I was curious, and I did just slightly over some of the objects to see if they would, you know, raise at the same time. They don't. So if you want the terrain to have terrain to it, you have to make the terrain first before you put your objects before you build down. Which makes it a little bit trickier to build with, but it's understandable. So I'm just going around, just testing it out, trying to make terrain the best I can. I think I'll do the terrain first next time, rather than just put the objects down. I've learned a lesson in doing this video. And it was fun building this because it gives me a chance to use the tools that I never used before. And gets me to get used to what I can and cannot do with the tools. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out and we appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you've got any questions about LEGO Worlds, leave them in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next LEGO Worlds episode.